Welcome to Logitech G Drive to Win Series Episode 2. My name is Suellio Almeida, professional racing driver and coach and creator of the Motor Racing Checklist. In this video, we're going to talk about something nobody talks about: posture. This is going to be a very simple checklist to make sure you're having the most comfortable and efficient position in your racing rig. Many people think that driving is just about how quickly you turn the wheel and when you push the pedals. Like most other sports though, the differences between rookies and pros is the efficiency and consistency of their form. We'll briefly walk through the proper body position. Let's go straight to it. 1. Knee angle. This one is going to be very important, especially if you have a high braking resistance set to your pedals. The harder we brake, the more energy needs to be efficiently displaced. Ideally, you don't want your knee to sustain too much stress when braking hard, and this happens when it is too bent. If you're braking on a soft pedal where you can easily reach max pressures, it is okay to bend your knee a little bit more. This applies to drivers who use a gaming chair and a desktop as a racing simulation rig and cannot decrease the angle further. If you're braking on a harder pedal where you need to use a lot more energy though, you have to think that the pressure is traveling from your pedal all the way to your back against the seat. And the more you bend your knee, the more energy will be stuck in it, creating imprecision, stress, and also maybe even causing a little bit of damage, possibly hurting your knee in the long term. Think about 45 degrees when you're resting your foot on the brakes as a nice baseline for harder pedals, and go around 60 degrees for softer pedals. Again, the lower the angle, the better for all cases. This angle baseline also helps with braking precision. Feel your braking through how much your back is pressed against the chair. If your posture is proper, the pressure on your back will be similar to the pressure on the pedal, and you will be able to have a much more solid braking feeling. So when I say feel the pressure on your back, it's really the lower back. So it's the lower part of the back when you're pressing down here, you're feeling that pressure against the seat. If you realize that most of your braking is actually transferring that energy to that part, you can feel your braking pressure both on the pedal and in your back, which gives you double precision, double sensation of how much you're braking in each different corner. Now, heel positioning. Pay attention to how much your heel lifts off the floor when you're braking. When resting your foot on the brakes without pressing, your heel can also be resting on the floor or pedal plate for sure. With the energy displacement though, when you start pressing the pedal against the seat, no energy should be stuck on your heel, and it should mostly go up, not touching the plate when you're braking hard. Again, the harder the pedal, the higher up the heel will want to go when you're pressing, and that is totally fine since it should not be stuck in the plate. If you have the tendency to keep your heel glued to the floor while braking hard, you're probably not feeling that energy reaching your back and the seat properly. So for the throttle pedal, since there's generally not that much resistance, then the heel will most likely remain resting on the floor when accelerating, which is totally fine. For steering, you should always use the 9-3 position. This is the most stable position as you will spend energy much more efficiently when moving the steering wheel around. Never ever do the 10-2, your hands must be as far away as possible from each other. This gives you the best stability for fast moving actions like counter steering. Seating position, very simple. Just make sure your lower back is always touching the seat. That's where your core stability comes from, both for turning and braking. Field of view and horizon. Make sure you set your field of view correctly according to your screens, and most importantly, make sure your horizon is aligned with your eyes. With the horizon too high up, for example, which is the most common mistake, you have to keep looking up while driving, which is uncomfortable and tiring on the long term. For single screen drivers, it is okay to have your FOV a little bit higher than the calculated one by no more than say 20%, because this can actually help you compensating the lack of FOV and give you a little bit more side view and slightly more speed sensation. Make sure you are relaxed. This is incredibly important. When driving, your energy should be efficiently used, and gripping the wheel too hard or having too much tension in your shoulders and arms is incredibly harmful to the technique development. Feeling the car comes through relaxation and communication with the car. Communication with the force feedback. Especially with lower force feedback wheels, having your hands relaxed allows you to feel what's happening and react to it more quickly. Drive while exhaling. You know that relaxation from exhaling slowly? That should be more or less the sensation that you have when you drive. Now, feeling comfortable, feeling firm, relaxed and ready, now we can move further to driving and communicating with the race car properly. Let's go.